Hello. Hope all of you are healthy and taking good care of yourselves and being careful. This is the date we would have been back, of course, um, but now we're officially starting, I guess, a week later on the 23rd. So I'm going to take each day's lesson and attempt to make videos explaining how to do things, but I'm going to do, not the whole thing all at once. That would be too long a video. So, if you print this out, and you only need to print the first 4 pages, the last 2 pages were meant to be graph paper for people who needed graph paper to do the textbook homework. Only necessary to print the first 4 pages or put them on your iPad. Reminder here that to calculate the slope, the symbol for slope is that lowercase m. We subtract y values on the top and x values on the bottom. And you might remember we said don't worry too much about the little ones and twos. That's just to remind ourselves that the order that we subtract in with the y's should be the same order that we subtract in with the x's. And this is something meant to make some of your homework questions easier. You're given some graphs like this and asked to calculate the slope based on the labeling and then give some meaning to what the slope is actually about. So this graph is about how much a washing machine is worth. Apparently, at the time that you purchased the washing machine, it's worth $500. So that 0 represents 0 time has gone by, and the value is 500. And then after 1 year, the value is down to 400, and after 2 years, the value is down to 300, and so on and so on. So I could pick any 2 points I want on this graph, and I'm going to pick these two because they look easy to use. And down the y values, here are dollars. So if I calculate the change in y value here, I'm really calculating the change in price. And I'm going to subtract, if this makes sense, I hope. I'm going to subtract in that order. I'm going to take the numbers from this point minus the numbers from that point. So at this point, the value is 300. So I got 300. Take away the value from that point, that's 400. So those are the y values, 300 and 400. And then the x values, 2, take away 1. So 300 take away 400, that's negative 100. And the denominator is a positive 1. So the slope here is negative 100. Slope here turns out to be negative 100. And you could think of that as negative 100 over 1. Now remember, this top number was change in value of the machine, and the bottom number was the change in year. So what does it mean if the change in value is negative 100 for each 1 year? It means the value of the washing machine is going down $100 every year. And eventually after 5 years, oh, there's some bad news. It's worth absolutely nothing. Of course, we have our machine for about 20 years and it still works, but that's one of those waste of your time stories that I like to tell in class. Of course, now we have all the time in the world. Anyhow, that's going to be it for this video. Next video will show you about the bottom of the first page. Bye-bye.